Good evening. Here is the world news from BGI TV, Baba Gede Imo TV. I am Morire Rebila Lawal. First are the major headlines for the world news. Buhari presides over National Security Council meeting. President Buhari reacts to impeachment plot against him by the Senate. No government in Nigeria autumns on bandit threat to kidnap Buhari. I have been warned to be careful and my family, Governor El-Rufai, reacts to bandit threat. Abuja no longer safe, release Nnamdi Kanu now, IPOB tells DSS. Nigeria's insecurity may not end soon, ex-TUC president. Police begin manhunt for Obi supporter for threatening to kill Atiku, Tinubu supporters. We have told local hunters to help us rescue 15 people abducted by bandits in Niger community chairman. And to foreign, Tunisia approved new constitution and vote with low turnout. And finally, sport. Remembering Mudashiru Babatunde Tiami Lawal or Degbami, the news in detail. In attendance at the meeting holding at the council chambers as Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, the Chief of Armed Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, and the National Security Advisor, NSA, Major General Babagana Mongunu, retired. Also in attendance are the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, Minister of Interior, Ogbeni Raouf Arebeshola, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Geoffrey Onyema, Minister of Police Affairs, Mohammed Megari Dingyadi, Minister of Defense, Major General Bashir Magashi, retired. Chief of Defense Staff, General Loki Irabo, Chief of Armed Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya, Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awal Gambo, the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Isiaka Oladayo Amo, and the Chief of Defense Intelligence, Major General Samuel Adebayo, are also in attendance. Also in attendance are the Inspector General of Police, Alkali Baba Usman, the Director General of the Department of State Service, DSS, Yusuf Bichi, and the Director General of the National Intelligence Agency, NIA, Ahmed Rufai Abubakar. Nigerian President Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari has reacted to a threat by senators to impeach him over his failure to address problems of insecurity in the country. The Senate yesterday staged a walkout in the protest for the president to resign his position since he is incapable of protecting lives and properties of Nigerians. Below is a statement sent to a news source on Wednesday signed by media aide Garba Shehu. The performative and babyish antics of those senators staging a walkout notwithstanding, Senate President Ahmed Lawal's refusal on Wednesday to entertain the ridiculous motion to impeach our president was quite appropriate and correct. Rather than making a mockery out of voters by trying to imitate what they see in America, the opposition would be well advised that their time would be better spent tackling the pressing issues Nigerians face, such as the current global cost of living crisis. Their continued failure to do so goes some way to explain why they remain in position. In contrast, the President Muhammadu Buhari's administration is committed to finding lasting solutions to the emerging security threat, including those left behind by the PDP in the South, the Northeast, and throughout the Federation. In the last 24 hours, 2 more Chibok girls were freed, in addition to the 3 brought home last week. Still on Nigerian government and terrorism, Governor Samuel Otom of Benue State has reacted to terrorist threat against President Muhammadu Buhari. Otom said the threat by bandits to kidnap Buhari was an indication that there is no government in Nigeria. He lamented that bandits and Fulanese in Afghanistan are the ones abducting Nigerians. Over the weekend, a video emerged online of bandits threatening to kidnap Buhari and the governor of Kaduna State, Nasser El-Rufai. Autumn, reacting to the video in a chat with journalists in Makurdi, stressed that things are getting worse in Nigeria. You have seen happenings in the country, the Kuje prison break, and the threat to kidnap the president, God forbid. But this is what I saw a long time ago. Those people in Afghanistan who are bandits and Fulanese are the ones. They are being sponsored. I feel pain that this is happening in my generation. There is no government in Nigeria today. Those who are surrounding the president are criminals. Still on insecurity, Kaduna State Governor Malam Nasser El-Rufai has reacted to the video released by bandits at the weekend in which the terrorists who have abducted Kaduna-Abuja train passengers threatened to abduct the president, Muhammadu Buhari, and the governor of Kaduna State. Governor Nasser El-Rufai, who was a guest in the radio program monitored by Daily Trust, said him and his entire family have been alerted by security agencies to be very vigilant over threat. In his words, I also heard about the terrorist video where they threatened to kidnap President Muhammadu Buhari and myself. I have been warned to be vigilant, including my families too. How can we be in a country with soldiers, police and federal government, but some terrorists will be threatening to abduct the president, the governor lamented. Still on insecurity, the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has demanded that its detained leader, Nnamdi Kanu, be released unconditionally from the custody of the Department of State Services, DSS, due to rising insecurity in the nation's capital, Abuja. IPOB urged the federal government and its security agents to act on the demand of the United Nations Working Group to free Kanu, as it stressed that the federal capital territory is unsafe. The separatist group said this in a statement by its media and publicity secretary, Emma Powerful, on Thursday. Recall that the federal government has ordered the closure of secondary schools in Abuja due to worsening insecurity. A former president of the Trade Union Congress, Mr. Peter Esele, has warned the federal government that the pervaded insecurity in the country would never end unless public universities are reopened. Esele gave the warning in an interview with the news agency of Nigeria on Thursday in Benin, while commenting on the solidarity protest by the Nigerian Labour Congress. The NLC embarked on the protest on July 26th to show solidarity with the Academic Staff Union of Universities, which had been on strike for over 5 months. He pointed out that in 1999 till date, the nation's universities had been shut cumulatively for about 6 years. Esele said, yet we express surprise over the current insecurity. You have millions of Nigerian youth sitting at home and doing nothing. Workers in that environment, real estate, and even parents in the university's environment are all at home. So why are you surprised about insecurity? From that story, we'll go straight to another story working the world news. Security operatives have launched a man-hunt for a yet-to-be-identified young man seen in a viral video clutching a gun and threatening to kill supporters of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate of All Progressive Congress (APC) and the main opposition People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the southeast if they come out to vote in 2023. The viral video in which he made the threat circulated on some social media platforms some weeks ago. The young man, while displaying what looked like a locally made crude gun in the video, had warned supporters of the APC and PDP presidential candidates against coming out to vote if they loved their lives. He cocked the gun to prove it was not a toy. The young man then warned those who wouldn't vote for Peter Obi to stay away from polling units. From political story and insecurity, we go straight to another interesting story which made one of the news. A report from Nigerian Tribune claims that gunmen who are believed to be terrorists or bandits raided the Shadadi community, which borders Zamfara and Kaduna State, and kidnapped at least 15 people, including married women, nursing moms, and young children. Residents of the neighborhood claim that they no longer sleep with their eyes closed because they are sick of terrorist attacks. When contacted, Honorable Abbas Garba, the executive chairman of the Mariga Local Government Area Council, confirmed that individuals have been kidnapped by terrorists. According to Honorable Abbas Garba, his administration has hired neighborhood hunters so they can storm the forest and free the kidnapped people. From that story, we go to the foreign story. Tunisia has approved a new constitution granting unchecked powers to the office of the president, Kay said. The electoral board said after a poorly attended referendum in which voters overwhelmingly backed the document, says rivals accused the electoral board, controlled by said of fraud, and said its referendum held Monday had failed. On Tuesday evening, Electoral Commission head Farouk Bouska told journalists the body announces the acceptance of the new draft constitution for the Republic of Tunisia based on preliminary results, with 94.6% of valid ballots voting yes on 30.5% turnout. Monday's vote came a year to the day after the president sacked the government and suspended parliament in a dramatic blow to the only democracy that to have emerged from the 2011 Arab Spring offspring. For some Tunisians, his move sparked fears of a return to autocracy, but they were welcomed by others, fed up with high inflation and unemployment, political corruption, and a system they felt had brought few improvements. Finally, on the world news is sports. Who is the greatest midfield player in the history of Nigerian football? The country is replete with a few footballers that can fit that bill. Sunday Olise, Mikel Obi, JJ Okocha, Henry Nwosun, Friday Ekpo, Etim Esin, Samuel Garba Okoye, Aruna Ilerika, and one or two others are exceptionally gifted players that excel, playing different roles in the midfield of Nigeria's national football team. Olise was a tough marker and brilliant passer of the ball. JJ was a dribbling machine and creative genius. Henry Nwosun was a skills workshop, great passer, and deadly shot with both feet. Samuel Garba Okoye was a Valerian on the ball, masterful at linking defense and attack with grace and effortless ease. Kanu Nwako was elegant, skillful, and a great thinker with the ball. In this constellation of superstars, however, one player stands out in my mind and, in my humble opinion, was the greatest of them in combining all the different skills and roles: dribbler, marker, passer, holding, scoring, and tireless, endless marking and running. In universities, he stands atop the par. To crown it all, versatility to set him completely apart. On March 22, 1980, probably the greatest day of his career, he played as a center forward. That was the clearest demonstration of how a good player Muda was. So he stands alone in versatility. That's why he also stands out as the most decorated home-based footballer in the country's football history. I am writing about him today in humble tributes to my friend, my Egba brother, and my teammate who died at the time when he was about to start a new chapter in his life, to start to reap bountifully from his illustrious service to Nigerian football and to the country. R.I.P. Muda Lawal. Before we call it a wrap on the world news today, some major headlines. Happening now, Buhari presides over National Security Council meeting. Also on the President Buhari reacts to impeachment plot against him by the Senate. We also brought to you, no government in Nigeria autumn to unban its threat to kidnap Buhari. And finally, sports. Remembering Mudashiru, Wabatunde Tiami Ulawa, Shegun Odegbami. That completes the world news this hour. For more updates on our YouTube, the handle is Babagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe, click on the notification bell, select option all to enjoy our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For other placements of goods and services, coverage of events and function, please dial the phone number streaming on the screen for advert placement only. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rebila Lawal. Good evening.
Oh, na, na, na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just tune to BGI TV. BGI TV, you're one in a million.